Hey everyone, welcome back to another yoga session with me, Coach Jim. Today I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a pretty intense session. We're not going to hold long every position. We're going to move a lot. It's going to be focused mostly on our back, all the posterior chain. We're going to work essentially from every angle. So if you're ready, let's get into it. We're going to start into the corpse pose, laying down on the ground, arms along the body. You can spread them out a little bit, palm facing up. And focus on your breath. Try to breathe through your stomach. Trying to release the tension from toes to head, letting it go, and just focusing on your breath. Bending the legs, bringing your knees together, your feet flat on the ground. Now feet together and spreading out the knees into a frog pose, arm overhead, and keep breathing. Lower the arms, bring your knees back together, feet hip width. Let's elevate the hips just a little bit and then hop on the side, on the right side. Left foot against the right foot and let your knees fall toward the left into a nice side twist. Returning to neutral, feet shoulder width. Now elevate your hips, hop on the left, right foot against your left foot, and let your knees fall on the right. Two more breaths from here. Back to neutral. Feet not shoulder width, sorry. Feet hip width. We're going to do some windshield wiper with our knees, left and right. Slowly, don't go too quick. We are slowly awakening our body, greasing all the joints, taking care, assessing where it's stiff and where we have free range of motion. Back to neutral. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a big knee hug. You can hover left and right, slightly try to keep your balance, not to tilt on the side, but just massaging your back slowly. Release and extend the right leg and keep hugging the left knee. Try to extend your right leg as far as you can, as long as you can, and switch. Switch. And switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Bring your feet together. Grab them from the inside to the outside of your foot. And open up so your sole of your feet can face up. You try to pull your knees down to the ground, your hips down to the ground, and your head down to the ground into a happy baby pose. We're basically doing a reverse squat, trying to open up those hips, hamstring, isolating those parts so we can open up a little bit better and work specifically on these areas that are generally more tight for everybody usually. And release. Grab the front of your knees and start rocking back and forth, rolling slightly. Exhale back, inhale up. Build enough momentum so you can sit all the way forward. Once you achieve the seated position, keep your feet where they are and pull yourself with your knees, opening up the chest, and then roll back, knee hugging, back up, opening up the chest, rolling back, exhale. A few more times. Now we're going to try to kick back, touching your toes and extending the leg forwards so we can reach your toes back and forth. Rolling back, touching your toes, trying to make it to the ground, toes and finger, and coming back, rolling forward, extending the legs, rounding the back a little bit so we can reach, and then once you grab your toes, straighten your back, grab a nice hamstring and back stretch. Rolling backward again. And forward. Back. Inhale, forward. Alright, now we're going to still roll with the knee hug, but we're going to go into a combat-based position. Left leg first. And we're going to stay here, hands on the ground, hovering there. You can move left and right, forward, backward, find where it's tight. And just stay there a little bit, stretching. And rolling back, switching your legs, right leg forward. And same thing, hands on the ground. And just hover there, stretching wherever you feel it's tight. Left, right, you can even do circles if you want. And we'll do that a couple of times, alternating legs. Rolling back, switching legs, left leg forward. And switch again. Switch. This time, before rolling back, we're going to step forward into a deep squat. Bring your hands forward, going on your toes for the left side, and bring the right foot forward so we can sit comfortably into a deep squat. Hands together in prayer position, elbows against the knee, opening up the legs, trying to straighten our back and pushing our butt back so we can arc or at least have a straight spine. Hands down, going up on the toes, right leg stepping back like it was before, rolling, switching your legs. Right leg forward, hovering here a little bit. Hands down forward, up on your toes, step on the toes, heels down, sit, prayer position, knees against, elbows against the knee, straight spine. Hands down on the toes, left foot stepping back. This time we're going to roll into a deep squat right away. And back. Deep squat and back. Inhale up, exhale back. Now we're going to stay into that squat position and we're going to go on the toes and push forward till your knees get on the floor and then thrust your hips forward and up and moving back into a roll. Same thing again. Deep squat, hips and knees forward, knees down, thrust your hips up and roll back. Inhale forward, knees down, thrust up. Now stay here, arms overhead, right hand on the right heel, and try to have a diagonal stretch from here. Inhale, exhale. Arm up, left hand on the left heel, same thing, 45-degree stretch to the back. Arm up, lower the arms, back in deep squat, roll, and we'll do this one more time with a change. Here, thrust your hips, arm up. This time, point your toes back, having your top of your feet flat on the ground, and same thing, but we're going to reach further with the right hand to our heel and extend. Switch side. This time, switching side, going toward the right. Put your hand on the ground past your toes and extend. Switch. Same thing. Hand on the mat and stretch. And come back up, arms up, lower the arms, back into deep squat position, and sit on the ground. Take a moment, hands on your knees, sit tall, inhale, exhale. Try to stay focused on your breath and be present, be still. On the next exhale, we're going to start doing rotation to the left and down. And up to the right. Inhale. Exhale, down to the left. Inhale, up to the right. A few more times. Next time you're fully seated, stay there. Arms overhead. Lower the arms, interlace your finger behind your back. And open up your chest and shoulder. Changing the crossing of your feet. Arms overhead. Lower arms, hands on your knees. Now we're going to rotate to the right, down, exhale. Inhale up to the left. Arms overhead. Take a moment, waiting for everyone to reach and meet us seated tall, arms overhead. Lower the arms, interlace your finger behind your back, and open up your chest. Release your fingers, hands. Hands down behind you, fingers pointed forward. Feet flat on the ground, knees up. Pretty much hips width. We're going to do some windshield wiper with our knees, left and right, but still very slow. We're still warming up, awakening the machine. But don't worry. It's going to start to be pretty warm soon. Returning to center, we're going to open up the shoulder and the chest, elevate the hips off the ground, pushing up the floor with our arms and our legs. Low reverse tabletop. Moving forward and backward. Opening those shoulders. You can step a little forward and going higher now. And down. Back and forth. High table. Back and forward. And low table, going forward and backwards still. Three times high and low. High. Exhale low. Breathe in high. Lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take a moment, sit. Shake those arms. Sit tall. Grab your knees. Sit tall. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths from here. We're going to do the same thing with a twist. So now fingers pointed upward behind us on the mat, feet flat, knees up. We're going to go into high reverse tabletop and then sit back all the way through between our arms into an L-sit position. If you want, you can lift your legs, feet to hover there and then going back up into reverse tabletop. Back into L-sit. Inhale, real high tabletop. Exhale, L-sit. Inhale up. Exhale, heel sit. And release. Alright, cross your feet. On your knees, hands forward, down on the mat. Uncross your legs. We're into all four. From here, we're simply going to arc the back, looking forward, pushing your butt back and up, and then rounding everything chin to chest, thrusting the hips forward into the cat. Inhale, looking forward, arching the back into the cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. One more. Exhale, cat. Coming back to neutral. Doing some shoulder push-up without moving your feet. Just up and down, trying to find the neutral position. Not fully up, not fully down. Just neutral. So don't bend your elbows. Keep your arms straight with a micro bend so we don't damage or wear off the joint. And then find your happy medium. Same thing, thrusting the hips forward and back. Trying to find your just the neutral, nice point in between fully thrusted forward and fully arched. Once you're there, we're going to start extending the right leg and extending the left arm forward and back. So extend the right leg back and the left arm forward. Hold it here for 5 breaths. Two more. And down, up and down with the foot, up and down, kick that leg up. And out on the outside, up and down still. Bring it back underneath. Same thing with the left leg and the right arm. Left leg out. Right arm out. Push those two away as much as you can, trying to be super tall, super long. And hold it here. That's 3. One more breath. Hand on the mat. Kick your leg up and down. And out on the outside. Up and down. Bring it back underneath. Take a moment here. You can relax, have your toes pointed back, sit on your heels. Walk your hands as far as you can and your forehead on the ground into child pose. Take some deep breath from here. Awesome. Going back to all four. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Walk your hands one step forward and then bring the right foot outside of your right hand. Awesome. You can also step a little bit backward with your left leg so you can have a nice hips stretch. Stretching the hip flexor on your left side. Thrusting your hips forward, looking forward, having your straight back straight. And now pushing your hips back, extending the right leg for a nice hamstring stretch. But don't stay here too long, going back forward on the inhale. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Forward. Step your right leg back underneath your hips and bring your left foot just on the outside of your left hand. You can step a little bit back with your right leg and thrust your hips forward, straight back, and look up to the horizon and focus on your breath. Extending the front leg, pushing your hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Forward. One more. Exhale back. Forward. Step back into all four. And let's sit back into child pose. Let's go into our vinyasa. Engage your arms, hands, fingers spread, toes grounded in the ground. Extend your leg, push your hips up and back. Keep a nice bend in your knees so you can have a straight spine. Hold it here for a few seconds. Focus on your breath. Try to keep your head between your arms. And move forward into plank pose. Returning to downward facing dog, pushing your hips back. This time now, try to get your heels on the ground, or one at a time, bending one knee, straightening the other one, back and forth, walking the dog, and move forward into front plank. Back into downward facing dog. Walking the dog again. Moving into front plank on the inhale, exhale down. Inhale, lift the chest and use your arms to finish. Cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, push into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do two more, please. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, up in plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plank. Down. Cobra. Down. Plank. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward into half lift, hands on the ground or on your shin, straight legs, straight spine, looking forward. Release everything, forward fold. Grab your elbows so you can hang down. Keep a nice bend in your knees so your chest and stomach can rest on your quads. So you can deeply relax here. Relax your head, your neck, relax your face, relax your jaw. Let your arms hang. And unfold all the way up. Arms overhead. lower the arms along your body. And just take a moment to have some deep breath here. Balance on your feet. Not too much on your toes, not too much on your heels. Just find a happy middle where it can be comfortable. Let's go into sun salutation A. Arms up. Forward fold. Touch the ground. In there, moment. Hands on the mat or on your shin. Look up, straight back, straight leg. Forward fold. You can either jump or walk into plank. And lower down to the ground into a cobra. Down. Let's meet back in downward facing dog. Let's do a few vinyasa here. Moving into plank. Down. Cobra. Down. Inhale up. Exhale downward facing dog. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale cobra. Exhale down. Inhale plank. Exhale downward facing dog. One more. Forward. Down. Up. Down. Meet back in downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward again to forward fold and unfold all the way up. Bring your hands to your chest in prayer pose. And let your arms, hands fall down along your body in Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms overhead. Sun salutation C. Forward bend. Half lift. Look up. Straight back, straight leg, straight arm. Jump into plank. Down in 1 inch of the floor. Chaturanga Dandasana. And release. From here, we're going to extend the hands and the arms up to the back along the body. And we're going to start working with back muscles. So we're going to do some skydiver from here, lifting the chest, the legs, and the arms, trying to contract all the small muscle in our back. And release. That's one. We're going for 5. Up, inhale. Exhale down. 3 more. Up and down. Up, down. Up, down. 1 more. Up and down. Alright. Arms out on the sides. We're going to lift one leg up at a time. So right leg up and down. Left up and down. Right up, down. Left, down. Right, down. Left, down. Right, down. And left up and down. Awesome. Now, that was just the lower body. Let's do the upper body only. So, lifting up, trying to contract our arms out to the back and down. 4 more. Up, down. Inhale up and down. up, down, 2 more, up, down, 1 more, up, and down. We're going to twist with the left foot, trying to touch the right hand, kicking out and coming back. Right foot, trying to touch my left hand and back. 2 more on each side. Trying to touch with my left foot, my right hand, and coming back. Same thing with my right foot to my left hand, and back. 1 more each side, on your own. Alright, arms forward. Let me move my stuff a little bit. We're going to lift the chest and bring the arms like we're pulling on a bar and back forward. Lift the chest and the arms, pull your arms, squeeze your muscles and back down. 3 more. Up and pull and down. Up, down. 1 more, up and down. Alright, 2 more from here. We're going to do the Superman or the reverse banana. So we're going to lift everything except your hips. And up, down. Up, down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more, up, down. 1 more, up and down. Good job. Take a moment here. One last thing to do, bring your heels to your butt and with your hands reach to each of your ankles from each side and then kick your legs and lift your chest. Take some deep breath. 1 more. And relax. Feels good. Take some deep breath from here. Hands underneath the shoulders. Plant your toes. Push up into a cobra. And down. 4 more. Cobra up. Down. Up. Down. 2 more. Up. Down. Up. And down. Push up into plank. Down into a push-up. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and up. Push back and downward facing dog. You can either jump or walk your feet forward into forward fold. And unfold all the way up. Arms overhead. Lower the arms. Relax. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Keep the focus on your breath. Being present here in this practice. We're halfway there. Or a little bit more than halfway. Arms overhead. Forward fold. Half lift. Straight leg, straight arm, straight back. Looking forward. Release, forward fold. Walk or jump into plank pose. Down, cobra. Down, back into downward facing dog. Alright, her last standing sequence. Right leg high up in the air, knee to nose, step in between the hands, back heel down, left hand up to the sky, and stand up into warrior 2 pose. Let's hold that one for 5 breaths. Right hand down to the ground, left hand up to the sky. Back in warrior 2. Extend the front leg and reach down to your shin with your right hand. Looking up, pointing up with your left hand. Triangle pose. Facing down, hands back where they were, beside each side of your foot. Step back into plank, down into a cobra. Inhale, exhale down, back and down well, facing dog. Let's take a few moments here in downward dog. Left leg up, knee to nose, step forward, back heel down, right hand up, warrior 2. Bending forward, left hand to the ground, right hand up, pointing to the sky, looking through your hand. Back in warrior 2. Extending the front leg. Reaching down with your left hand to the shin, looking up and pointing up to the sky with your right hand. Hands down, step back into plank, down in a cobra, and let's meet back down in downward facing dog. Walk or jump forward into a deep squat. And then simply sit back using your hands or not into seated position. We're going to go into the core sequence, which is my favorite one. If you have a hard time to follow, we're doing 5 breath, 5 rep, or roughly 5 seconds. So the magic number here is going to be 5. So if it's hard, you can take a small break during every exercise. Let's say you do 3 to 4, and then just carry on with us as we move through all the movement. So our first one is going to be high and low both. So arms parallel to the ground, shin parallel to the ground. Gonna extend my arms and legs forward, lowering my upper body and legs down. I keep looking forward, trying to go back up and high. Here. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. One more. Down. And up. Going fully down. Here, arms overhead. Keep your shoulder and arm and head off the ground. And your legs as well. For 5 breaths. Release. Let's do some flutter kicks. Alright, some crisscross. That's 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Leg raises 45 degrees up to here and down for 1, 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. Raise all the way up here, 90 degrees of the floor. We're going to lift our hips off the floor, trying to push our feet up to the ceiling. Arms overhead, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, same thing now, but we're going to invert using the lower abdomen and the upper one here. So starting to contract, inverting slowly and coming back. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Alright, reaching up with our hands toward the feet. And we're going to lift the upper body only, trying to reach those toes. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, good job. One more time, the hollow one, arms overhead, lift the chest, lower the legs, stay here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Alright, hands and arms on each side of the mat here, pushing away, legs up. We're going to do some wiper with our legs, 45 degrees on the right, 35 degrees on the left. That's 1 rep, 5 times. So let's go for 1. That's the second one. Here we go. Going for 3. Nice. 4. Here we go. Last one. And 5. Good. Lowering everything, going back to the high boat. Hands down, extend the legs, up and down, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's make it a little bit harder. We're gonna get our hands forward past the knees and raise the leg, straight leg. On, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Final one. We can use the yoga blocks. It will make the transition easier. If you don't have some, no worries. We don't need them that much. Hands on the floor. We're gonna hold in L sit for a few seconds, 5 seconds, and then transition into a front plank. So hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Transition to plank. Alright, going back into the mat. And let's hold here for another 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Side plank on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back in plank, down, and cobra. Let's get back in downward facing dog. Our last down dog. Right leg up to the sky. Bring the right knee to your right wrist and right foot to the left wrist. Down to the ground into your pigeon pose. And hold it here for a few seconds. If you're comfortable, you can even lay down forward and relax. Sit on your right butt cheek and swing the left leg forward. Forward, then reaching for my toes, trying to have a back straight as much as I can, and then you can go sloppy and just relax. Sit back up. We're going to bend the front leg and swing the right leg back for other side pigeon pose. Another 5 breaths. One more. And sit on your left side. Swing the right leg forward. Reach for those toes. Straight back and forward fold. Let it go. Relax. Bend your back, round it, get sloppy, get comfortable. Another 5 breaths. Alright, sit tall, both legs extended forward. We're simply going to lay down, back on the mat, arms on the body a little bit, spread it out. palms up. Focus on your breath. Breathe through the stomach and out with the stomach. The upper chest will follow, but really try to focus. Inhale in, lower here in your belly, and out first with the movement of the belly. The video will end, but feel free to stay in that position and relax as long as you need. Keep focusing on your breath and just enjoy this moment for yourself. Os